Welcome to the Metabolic Comeback Workshop. The goal of this workshop will be to educate you on how the combination of whole effort exercise and whole food nutrition can transform the way you look, feel, and function, and hopefully to inspire you to make a positive step towards better health. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Amy Hudson, studio owner here at The Exercise Coach. My certification allows me to train clients within the Exercise Coach studios and offer general nutritional guidance that is derived through our Exercise Coach Nutrition Playbook. Please note that the Exercise Coach does not promote any specific diet plan or dietary recommendations on a personal basis. The playbook and this presentation are simply tools based on scientific research to help you choose to eat the nutritious whole foods your body needs. Exercise Coach co-founder Jerry Ann Sagan is a certified health coach through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and she has carefully selected all of the materials in this presentation and in the nutrition playbook. If you do have any specific health concerns, illnesses, or dietary restrictions, we recommend that you consult with your physician or a licensed nutritionist. The Exercise Coach is a fitness franchise passionate about helping people become as healthy and as physically fit as possible. Whether you are someone whose idea of fitness is being able to complete and enjoy your everyday activities with the highest level of stamina and the lowest level of pain, or whether you are a highly active athlete needing to perform at your very best, we want to help you achieve those goals and enjoy strength. Exercise Coach clients achieve the results that matter most to them with only 2 20-minute sessions per week. Every single result you or your physician want is achievable through our strength and interval conditioning programs and top quality nutrition playbook and products. So, what is the Metabolic Comeback? The Metabolic Comeback is the Exercise Coach's combination of whole effort exercise and whole food nutrition that transforms your entire metabolic system. If done as designed, the Metabolic Comeback can literally bring about a whole new you, as it did here with our client Joanne from Illinois, who lost over 100 pounds, and for Candace from Scottsdale, who lost 25 pounds. And by whole new you, we at the Exercise Coach are specifically speaking about the components of your metabolic wellness, systems within your body that result in living longer, looking leaner, feeling better, and having more energy, as well as aging well. Our bodies are a battleground. We are constantly under duress from numerous internal and external stressors, from things such as what we eat, to our jobs, to our family responsibilities, to the natural aging process, to environmental toxins, and so on. At some point, we have to take a stand and allow our body to heal and have the opportunity to be restored to a healthy metabolism. Simply put, we need to build up our defenses in this war. At the Exercise Coach, we believe we can build up the defenses toward the goal of optimal metabolic function with the perfect combination of whole effort exercise and whole food nutrition. It's our secret weapon called the Metabolic Comeback. First, we will address the whole effort exercise part of the equation. So what exactly then do we mean by whole effort exercise? To put it simply, the Exercise Coach uses modern technology to generate a customized strength goal based on each person's ability to generate force throughout a full range of motion. Then we ask you, the client, to generate enough effort, or as we like to say, give it your whole effort, throughout the entire set to reach the customized goal our highly trained certified coaches set for you individually. Nowhere in the country does technology merge with accountability like it does at the Exercise Coach. The combination of these two ingredients, plus our private studio setting, gives you a one-of-a-kind client experience that delivers the results people truly want from exercise. Oh, and yes, did we tell you that it only takes 20 minutes? One of the most challenging concepts for those new to the Exercise Coach to believe is that our workouts only last about 20 minutes. The reality is, the benefits of exercise are realized not by moving around or engaging in random activity for long periods of time, but by forcing the body and specifically our muscles to activate and contract to the greatest degree possible. Effort is the secret ingredient that forces a cascade of wonderful benefits that improve every system in our body. We coined the term right intensity training. Right intensity training is based on our user's ability, history, and current joint muscle function to generate the appropriate force that demands the body to make a positive adaptation. What's really exciting is that every system of our body can achieve a positive adaptation, and a brief synopsis of how this transformation occurs within the body systems is included in a handout that will be linked to this presentation. You'll be interested to read about improvements such as increased muscular strength, lower blood pressure, reduction or reversal of type 2 diabetes, improved heart health, stronger bones, improved brain function, and the reduction of cellular inflammation, to name a few. The second portion of the metabolic comeback is whole food nutrition. Whole food nutrition is an important component of the metabolic transformation we're seeking. What exactly is whole food nutrition? Put very simply, a whole food is a one-ingredient food product that does not need any processing to make it edible. We are talking about meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds. In practice, this means we eat meals that contain whole ingredients, as well as healthy oils, plenty of pure water, and low or no sugar or starch. And when it comes to whole food choices, those that are nutrient dense, meaning packed with nutrients, are your very best choices. Nutrition is foundational to any great exercise program. While there are benefits to each separate component if practiced individually, you will always achieve better results in combination. We all know we need to exercise. We've heard it for years and years, but often overlooked is what we eat that will either amplify or nullify our exercising efforts. We want to amplify, right? More than just being a great and necessary way to amplify the results of our exercise, great nutrition puts our body in the best position to heal from the destruction that occurs when we eat processed foods and genetically modified foods known as GMOs. At The Exercise Coach, we believe there are two types of foods: foods that make you healthier and foods that potentially make you unhealthy. We believe it's most wise to choose only the foods that promote good health. That's not to say we are against treats once in a while, but the benefit of eating a nutritionally sound diet the majority of the time means that your body will be better able to handle the results of unhealthy choices on the occasions when they are made. Let's get really honest for a minute. All the food we purchase these days has a label, and those labels list all of the chemicals, colorings, and additives. Any one of us can look up these ingredients on the internet at any time. Yet, most of us choose not to. We might say, I'm only going to eat this one time. And then we dive in without giving any real thought to the long-term consequences. And sadly, poor choices have a way of multiplying, and most of us find ourselves making poor choices, and then a pattern even develops. How can this be changed? Quite simply, knowing the truth and caring about it. Look up those ingredients on the internet and read about their detrimental effects. Arm yourself with the truth, and then let the truth be your guide. The Metabolic Comeback, whole effort exercise plus whole food nutrition, focuses specifically and looks to conquer 3 troublemakers wreaking havoc in your body: systemic inflammation, high blood sugar, and poor digestive health. Inflammation is an unhealthy condition for your body, yet one many people are suffering from, sometimes silently. When we think of inflammation, we typically think about a sprained ankle, a bump on our head, or other physical inflammatory markers pointing out injury. This is not the systemic, silent cellular inflammation we are talking about. There is another type of inflammation commonly referred to as silent or systemic inflammation. This type of inflammation is at the cellular level and leads to a long host of disease and accelerated aging. It often exists without having pain as a symptom. But after years and years of continued inflammatory attack, chronic disease and organ damage can set in. It is only through the proper diet, nutrients, rest, and stress reduction, which includes the Exercise Coach program, that we can reduce this type of inflammation. Unfortunately, there is no magic pill. The next troublemaker the Exercise Coach Metabolic Comeback program helps to improve is elevated serum insulin. Insulin is a storage hormone, and it unlocks muscle and liver cells for sugar to be stored away as glycogen for the body to use at a later time. This is a healthy process. However, deconditioned muscles and poor nutrition lead to what is known as insulin resistance. This means that muscle cells no longer listen to insulin, and they don't release the blood sugar like they used to. In that distress, the body produces really high amounts of insulin to force that glycogen or blood sugar out of the bloodstream. So when muscle cells are resistant, forcing insulin levels to get high, there is one place for the sugars to end up. It is converted to triglycerides, which are an unhealthy blood fat. And as you can see in our slide, the door is wide open for storage of triglycerides in our fat cells. So again, chronically high insulin and continual fluctuations in our blood sugar result in fat storage and cellular distress. And simply put, carbohydrates start the whole process in the first place by increasing blood sugar, and high blood sugar is toxic. Of course, high levels of insulin and high levels of systemic inflammation are often linked together. It's chronically high blood sugar and high insulin levels that lead to type 2 diabetes, and they lead to all the factors that result in what is known as metabolic syndrome, which is becoming more and more prevalent. Metabolic syndrome is the name for a group of risk factors including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess abdominal fat, high triglycerides, and abnormal cholesterol all occurring together. And this leads to a whole host of disease. And the last troublemaker that the Metabolic Comeback program can help improve is digestive distress. Because of poor eating habits over many years, people suffer greatly from a variety of conditions that stem from the digestive tract. This can include heartburn, reflux, ulcers, and a variety of intestinal or bowel disorders. Worse, as time goes on, people develop what is known as leaky gut syndrome, which ultimately means that food particles are being released into the bloodstream due to holes in the intestinal walls. Our body is fighting off these invaders. This can manifest in ways such as celiac disease or other food sensitivities or allergies, eczema, other skin conditions, general allergies, or asthma, just to name a few. For others, their immune system becomes weaker and weaker, and they become more susceptible to sickness. The Metabolic Comeback truly is a life-changing program that can absolutely send these troublemakers packing. Now, there are certain foods that contribute greatly to troublemakers gaining access into your life to begin with. These foods are what we like to call the supervillains, and we recommend that you avoid these foods as much as possible. Everyone probably knows that sugar is supervillain number one. So sugar is basically carbohydrate, and the most common references are made to simple sugars such as glucose, fructose, and sucrose. While our bodies do run on glucose, the variance comes in how the glucose is made in the body. Either the raw material is provided by the sugar we eat, or it's created by our body from the fat we eat. The problem is, our bodies don't really need to consume a whole lot of sugar to have on hand to use as energy. We can only store up to around 220 grams of sugar at one time. The consumption of sugar always leads to increased blood sugar and an insulin response from the body, and ultimately, the overconsumption leads to cellular inflammation and a whole host of disease. Supervillain number 2, grains and starchy foods. A grain is the seed of a plant that is used for food. Primarily, a grain product is any food made from or processed from wheat, rice, oats, corn, barley, millet, and so on. Starchy foods are generally made from grains, but would include white potatoes as well. Grain and starch products are carbohydrate dense and nutrient poor, meaning basically eating sugar without gaining a great deal of nutrition. Grains also contain some inflammatory components that can cause damage to your intestinal lining and can ultimately lead to what we were speaking of previously, leaky gut syndrome. I know we often hear about whole grain eating to be healthier. Well, perhaps in the lineup of better to worse, and assuming you are going to eat grains, whole grains certainly are a better choice if they truly are a whole grain and are less processed. But all in all, they are still not the top choice for people who want to eat foods that will keep inflammation down, keep blood sugar and insulin well regulated, and keep digestive health at its best. So, supervillain number 3 is dairy. Dairy is any food product made from the milk of an animal. Although dairy has been consumed and tolerated for years, specifically by people of European, Middle Eastern, and Indian descent, the purpose of good nutrition is not to find foods our body will simply tolerate, but to find foods that will actually promote great health. And this is where dairy can fall short. The carbohydrate portion of milk, the lactose, together with the milk proteins, namely casein, produce a surprisingly high insulin response, which we now know is inflammatory to our body and promotes disorders like obesity and diabetes. Also, non-organic dairy products contain hormones and antibiotics because the dairy cows they come from are treated with those substances. And those cows eat an unnatural diet of grains, which is harmful to their digestive system. So thus, milk does not do our bodies good. Dairy is high on the allergenic list of foods. It is high on the list of foods that harm the gut lining, and dairy is often a food group that many people are sensitive to. And once eliminated, things like asthma symptoms, seasonal allergies, acne, rheumatoid arthritis, and digestive disturbances often weaken significantly or even subside entirely. Villain number 4 is legumes and soy. Legumes are anything in a pod such as beans, peas, lentils, peanuts, and soybeans. Legumes are very similar to grains in that they contain substances that potentially increase digestive distress and increase systemic inflammation. In the same way, they are also carbohydrate dense and nutrient poor when compared to fruits and vegetables, which are the opposite. Another major concern specifically with soy and soy products is that it contains substances that behave like the sex hormone estrogen in the body. They are known as phytoestrogens. This has been linked in women and men and children to a variety of sex hormone-related conditions. While the research remains somewhat contradictory and the topic can be controversial as to how potentially disruptive soy is in our body, we want to eliminate any potential foods that may be doing damage. Since there is no additional nutritional value that legumes, especially soy, provide, we are better off simply eliminating them. One last note, soy is arguably the most genetically modified of all agricultural products in our country and is found in seemingly all processed foods. Villain number 5, artificial sweeteners and additives like MSG. Artificial sweeteners and additives like MSG are man-made compounds or chemicals that are added to food products to make foods last longer, taste better, and be lower in calories, and appeal to our brain's sensitivity to sugar, to become addicted to eating more of these types of foods. In addition, there is plenty of research that shows toxicity to the body and brain. One of the most common goals throughout the metabolic comeback is to free ourselves from the addictive properties of sugar. We've discussed the destructive properties of sugar already, but it's important to emphasize that sugar is highly addictive. Replacing real sugar with the artificial stuff does not break our addiction to it. It does not improve our insulin sensitivity, and it won't help you lose weight. Making matters worse, it is also overwhelming to our taste buds, making it difficult to enjoy the true flavors of real food. It's interesting how after a few weeks of eliminating these substances, clients tell us how amazingly good a particular vegetable tastes. Villain number 6, processed meals. Processed meals are any foods typically packaged in boxes or bags for convenience that are loaded with preservatives and other man-made chemicals and natural flavorings. In fact, all of these other foods to avoid are typically what compose a processed meal. While there are certainly some things to be said about the convenience and time savings, we put our health at great risk for this compromise. Be very aware of packaging that says all natural, made with real fill in the blank. These claims mean absolutely nothing other than something is in there that occurs naturally, whatever that might be. Oftentimes, people choose processed and prepackaged meals because they claim to promote fat loss by restricting calories. But again, that comes with a host of other problems we want no part of. If you can make big batches of your own whole food meals, it is best to freeze those for convenience later than damage your body with processed foods from the freezer aisle. And finally, villain number 7 is alcoholic beverages. We know what alcohol is, right? The drink of the gods. Alcohol is an ethanol-containing liquid that has been consumed for thousands of years. However, alcohol is neurotoxic, which means it has a negative effect on your brain. And it is basically condensed sugar, nearly twice as dense as sugar, that has no nutritional value. We know it usually only takes a little to start impacting our brain and affect our decision making. So enjoyable as it may be at times, and as beneficial as red wine may even be with regard to the resveratrol, which is an antioxidant, it does not generally promote good health. As enjoyable as it may be, it's best to consume in moderation. The less is more principle certainly applies here. So now that we have the food villains that we know do not promote good health out of the way, let's talk about the great whole foods we promote eating at the Exercise Coach. Good source protein. Good source protein is the foundation to your metabolic comeback. When we say good sources of protein, we are talking about proteins that are coming from animals found in their natural environments. However, it is not a requirement that the protein you eat is organic, grass-fed, or wild-caught. These are added pluses for maximum nutritional benefit and health. Anything from eggs to meat and fish are the preferable sources of protein at the Exercise Coach. Again, organic, free-range, grass-fed, and wild-caught are best if your budget can afford it. If you are going to eat traditional store-bought meat, we advise that you choose to eat the leanest cuts of meat. It's not that fat is bad, in fact, quite the opposite is true. It's just that commercially processed meat is known to have traces of pesticides, antibiotics, and growth hormones residing in its fat, so we are better off eliminating it. However, if you are eating organic, grass-fed, free-range, or wild-caught, please enjoy the fat. It has plenty of great nutritional value for your brain and for your body. Supplemental protein. Coach Fuel and Coach Bars. Another great source of convenient, high-quality protein is the protein products available at the Exercise Coach. For those who are not sensitive or allergic to dairy, our Coach Fuel is made of the highest quality, grass-fed cow, non-denatured whey protein. Because of the low heat method used, Coach Fuel retains the valuable enzymes pasteurization destroys, and the protein maintains a full range of fragile immune-boosting components naturally present in fresh raw milk. Finally, because of the quality of the cow the whey comes from, this small amount of good source dairy becomes very nutrient dense. The whey protein bars are also an excellent choice as they do not contain any artificial ingredients and no non-nutritive sweeteners. The Coach Fuel Dairy Free line is also a great choice as it contains protein from non-GMO North American yellow peas. It's a true vegan source of protein that also has excellent digestibility and nutritional benefits. There are 2 different Exercise Coach Dairy Free bars to choose from as well. Remember, these products offer a great way to supplement with convenient, high-quality protein after consuming choices in the good source whole food protein category. Vegetables. Along with fruit, I like to call vegetables nature's medicine chest because they truly help prevent disease and also help heal when disease is present. When it comes to vegetables, we recommend eating as many servings as you can with your meal, even in between. 3.5 cup servings is the minimum, but don't stop there. Your body will greatly benefit if you choose a wide variety of colors and seasonal varieties. Vegetables are nutrient dense, meaning they are filled with plenty of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fiber, and other phytonutrients. Remember to include leafy greens, white veggies like onions, red veggies, beets, orange, yellow veggies like sweet potatoes and squash, and blue-purple veggies like cabbage and eggplant. Fruit. Fruits are an interesting topic. No question that they are chock full of terrific health-promoting antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. It would be difficult to suggest ignoring this very healthy food group. In fact, for many people, we strongly recommend that you eat several servings of fruit each day to gain the nutritional benefits fruit has to offer. And we know the taste is great too. However, fruit is sweet and does contain fructose. Fructose is a type of sugar that generates a greater blood sugar response than sugars in vegetables. So if weight loss is a major goal, we do suggest limiting yourself to 2 half-cup servings per day. And it's best to choose the powerhouse fruits that are lower in sugar but loaded with antioxidants like cherries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. The other thing to keep in mind is that overconsumption of fruit may actually prevent you from breaking your brain's habit of craving sugar, so please be conscious of that fact as well. We could not proceed any further without touching on the importance of antioxidants that are present in vegetables and fruits. Besides being nutrient dense and full of so many of the micronutrients our bodies and cells need to function at their strongest capacity, vegetables and fruits are antioxidant powerhouses. Antioxidants are powerful health-promoting vitamins and minerals that fight inflammation and help restore cellular function. We like to refer to them as the superheroes of the nutrition world. We all have free radicals in our bodies caused by too much oxidation. Free radicals roam around in search of healthy cells to grab onto and cause those cells to deteriorate or break down and become unhealthy cells. Well, antioxidants gobble up the harmful free radicals in our bodies. Emerging research is showing just how crucial antioxidants are to fighting off heart disease, brain disorders, and cancers at an astounding rate. If you truly want to help your body heal, you will load up on the veggies and treat yourself to some fruit each day. Nothing compares to a great green smoothie. This makes a fantastic energy snack, and it's also a great way to eat an energy-rich, nutritious breakfast. We especially recommend having one with a scoop of Coach Fuel or Coach Fuel dairy-free. Other beneficial foods that promote great health are healthy fats. While protein and vegetables are going to provide most of the essential elements your body is going to need, fat is crucial in providing you energy and ensuring you feel satisfied throughout the day, thus preventing you from feeling hungry. Now, I know that many of you have lived through the non-fat or low-fat era. So many people are still believing that lie and unfortunately gaining weight and becoming unhealthy as a result because fat was swapped for carbs. Well, it's way too much to go into this during this workshop, but good source fats are extremely beneficial and actually necessary for great health. Some of the best fat choices include avocados or avocado oil, olives, olive oil, unrefined coconut oil, coconut meat, organic butter or organic clarified butter, and animal fats such as grass-fed and organic sources. Fats to ditch are margarine, hydrogenated oils, vegetable and corn oil, soybean oil, canola oil, and any other butter substitute. Nuts and seeds, some of nature's best snacks. These will be extremely helpful and nutritionally beneficial as a snack when needed, but they are also great to add with meals or to conclude a meal. The best choices for nuts are macadamias and hazelnuts, while some almonds, walnuts, pine nuts, Brazil nuts, cashews, pecans, and pistachios are good occasionally as well. For seeds, flax, sesame, pumpkin, and sunflower are good in limited quantities as well. Beverages. So what can you drink? Water mostly, but mineral water, tea, and black coffee can also be on your list. But what I truly want to stress is the importance of drinking plenty of pure, filtered water each and every day. Dehydration reduces the amount of blood in your body, and so it makes your heart pump much harder in order to deliver the oxygen you need. Another reason is because many of your body parts, brain, blood, muscles, are made of water and need to be replenished continually to function appropriately. And to name a few more things, water cushions your organs, regulates body temperature, helps you breathe easier, helps convert food to energy through nutrient absorption, and removes waste. Anyone thirsty? All in all, we believe in enjoying your life through a balanced approach. If having birthday cake to celebrate your big day provides joy, then by all means. We like to suggest using the 80-20 rule. So unless you are participating in the 30-day comeback challenge, which we will talk about in a minute, go ahead and eat the foods on the great whole foods list 80% of the time or more. The other 10 to 20% of the time can be for the foods that we really love, but maybe are not the best choices for our health. This leads us to a decision point. Are you ready to take this information and turn it into action? If so, then I invite you to take the 30-day Metabolic Comeback Challenge. We run these challenges several times each year to inspire our clients to experience what even 30 days can do for your energy, eating habits, exercise results, and metabolic wellness, and to encourage whole food eating and whole effort exercise as a way of life. The 30-day Metabolic Comeback Challenge is a 30-day period where food villains are eliminated completely. We want to take out any potential inflammatory food, any food with a high likelihood to cause allergy or sensitivity, and all processed and fake foods, and all sugars. Many symptoms you experience day to day could be linked to what you eat. Many who eat healthy say that eliminating these culprits clears things up. You may experience what others have: weight loss, more energy, better sleep, lack of sugar cravings, better digestion, better emotional health, fewer aches and pains, clearer skin, weakened seasonal allergies, less gas and bloating, and the list goes on. If you are a client at one of our exercise coach studios, talk to your coach next time you are in studio about completing a 30-day metabolic challenge. If you are not a current exercise coach client, we invite you to experience your own metabolic comeback through the combination of whole effort exercise and whole food nutrition, resulting in a whole new you. We hope Candace's story inspires you. She says, "I realize now that strength training and healthy eating is the cure to reducing fat. Thanks to all of the wonderful coaches. I've never ever been a real exerciser, and I must say that I enjoy coming to the studio and working out with them. Their encouragement and expertise are greatly appreciated. Thanks, Candace." If you would like to take advantage of a special offer to work out in one of our safe, effective, and efficient studios, we would love to meet with you. Visit exercisecoach.com and register for 2 free sessions to experience our program and learn all about how the combination of whole effort exercise and whole food nutrition can help you enjoy strength and the quality of life you deserve. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you soon in one of our studios.